Capricorn, yo, I have been trying to do your reading 2 times. Mercury has stopped me. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just do your reading. I'm releasing it on Friday, this Friday, before the retrograde, because I'm pulling for the whole month of May for you guys. I'm pulling from 3 decks. I'm pulling from my Fairy Blessings. I'm pulling from my Dragonfae Oracle. And I'm pulling from my Dragon Oracle straight up. Right out the gate. So, because I kept getting the power card with this as a blessing, but I kept talking about how we needed to work through power and because that's what that card was about. But I'm going to go ahead and just do a clean shift. If it comes up again, then I'll go into it. But also, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, Capricorn. Also, if you would like to join me on Patreon for your personalized zodiac signs, rites, rituals, spell work, incantations through the unconditional loving workings of Mother Isis, please join me on Patreon for that. I go through each rite, each ritual, each spell work, incantation. You also get a message from Mother Isis. I pulled at least 3 to 5 cards for you guys, and I give you guys substitutions, and I go through how we're going to get through the deck, how we're going to get through the rite, the ritual, the spell work, what intentions, etc., etc. If you're really interested in that, please, by all means, go ahead and join me on Patreon in that tier, and I will be more than happy to answer your questions, or give you, if my substitutions in the video aren't enough, there are other ways we can work around it. So I will help you with that. Also, I have another tier on Patreon that is going to go over the full moon in Scorpio. I already have the full moon in Libra posted. If you would like to check that out to get a precursor for what's coming to the full moon in Scorpio, please by all means do. $35 on Patreon in that tier. Now, Capricorn, if you would like to book me, like I said, make sure to do so before the end of May on Memorial Day weekend, because after that, I'm off, baby. And it's not like I won't be checking my messages, but I'm going to be really busy because I'm in a wedding at the last minute. So I have to I'm having to hurry and rush and do stuff now. But it's for one of my siblings. And I've also got to meet the new family. So that's why I'm taking those 2 weeks off. Like literally, I love how I'm taking the last post-shadow weeks of Mercury Retrograde off. I don't get Mercury Retrograde off, but I get post-shadow. Anyway, guys, so let's go ahead and just a tidbit of that. And if you would like to tip me, that link is also down in the description box below with the Patreon links and my book link, okay? So give me just a second. Show me for Capricorn, please, my awesome Dragon Oracle. Show me, please, what is coming through for Capricorn for Mercury Retrograde. What is coming through for Capricorn? Please show me. All right, we got 2 messages so far. Show me, please, my awesome dragon. Show me my awesome dragon totem. Show me, please. Okay. Oh, the Saturnian dragon. You've got your very own dragon energy from your planet coming through. Awesome. I love doing dragon readings. I really do. I love doing the Fae blessings too. It's the same energy for me, but I've personally worked with a dragon spirit guide for several years, and it has been so much fun. Talk about spice of life. and it wasn't like I was looking for them. That guide came to me. We have we're past life buddies. They showed me in a dream where I took care of them in another realm. So we're good friends, but it's so funny how that works, right? But yeah, he's super awesome. Oh, okay, Capricorn. Yep. I kept trying to get into the 5th house yesterday and the day before when I tried to do y'all's readings, and it wasn't coming up, but here it is coming up quite clearly. Okay. So, hold on. Whoa. I swear, I start talking about the dragons and all the crystals in my pants I'm wearing a jumper and they're moving around, and my crystals just vibrated in my pants. Okay. Sorry guys, I must be on the right track. Okay. I wasn't getting anything like that yesterday or the day before. Okay, so Capricorn, you have first week as we go full shadow, and I'm going to say even pre-shadow since I am releasing this on Friday, April 29th. You've got the magenta dragon. This enables you to bring forward soul wisdom. Awaken your soul memories and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. And that actually makes a lot of sense because, as I said, I keep trying to do your session and I keep trying to go into the astrology, and your chart, generally speaking, on the progressive wheel has literally from the first house all the way to the fifth house lit up like the 4th of July. You have a lot of major home hitting planets in those signs as well, and some of them are great, some of them are highly emotional, especially in your 3rd house and your 4th and your 5th. You know, Mercury retrograde is taking place in your 5th house too. So, which, I mean, the good thing is you still got love and romance here. But in terms of this deck, working with the dragons it's a path that is not for the faint of heart, but it is so rewarding because, like, they really get you deep down in your soul. They get you to get to know yourself in your soul. And so if this has to do with accelerated ascension, and like I said, the astrology was definitely lining that up. Definitely. I mean, like it's like a fireworks show. That's how much it's lit up. And also, if you notice, the magenta dragon is fire. Now, magenta, I usually associate with heart chakra energy. So you have pink twice in this session. But magenta itself is the pink ray, which pink ray energy is, again, associated with heart chakra. Heart chakra is pink and green. It doesn't always have to be one or the other, but it can also be Aphrodite, or any of the love goddesses that are associated with pink. Definitely them. Now, if you notice, this card, like I said, is like on fire. We also have a full moon in Scorpio, which is in your 11th house of friends. There are endings and new beginnings there. Scorpio is the sign that does set things on fire as a water sign. It is the fieriest of the water signs. It is a sign that you and I know damn well you do not mess with. Like, you do not, I was going to say the F word with. And you know what I'm talking about. And it's true because you don't. It comes from this void, which is why I'm saying make sure to join me on Patreon, because this is just tip of the iceberg. This is what's really going to come through. And it's so fitting. This is actually the Queen of Cups in this deck, which is usually Scorpio. So I love that deck so much. I love all my decks, but the truth is that your friends group, how people see you, how you are perceived is going to be communicated to you during the retrograde, and you may or may not like it. But you're at a place where now you can burn away what isn't serving you. And Pluto, which I had a heavy Pluto talk. It's like every time I start talking about Pluto, y'all tune out and didn't want to listen. But I'm going to go ahead and do it because Pluto is going to impact you from here on out for the next 6 months. So buckle up, buttercups. I'm dead serious. Like, buckle up. Because to have him in your sun sign is one thing, but to have his moon, his sign that he rules in a moon sign is going to make this month of May very powerful. Very powerful. And, you know, you may come from the deepest, darkest parts of Tartarus, for example, or hell, if you will, but you guys kind of remind me of like that Maze character from Lucifer. Like, I don't like it here. I don't like it here. I want to go home to hell. But then you eventually fall in love with life as you embrace more light qualities of yourself, and then you want to stay. See? So, interesting, right? Going through changes and transformation. That is Pluto's job. So let's go ahead and look into the second week. You have the air dragon. Helps you rise above earthly matters. Communicate honestly. Brings inspiration and hope. See life from a higher perspective. Now, working with the air dragons is pretty much a lot of fun. It usually has to do with communications and technology. Now, that is exactly what the air signs rule. Also travel. And the reason it says helping you rise above earthly matters, when I have used this dragon and I have asked and invoked it to help me out, it's helped me come from not just a bigger perspective, but it has also helped in the sense of, for example, I have a Capricorn who I love to death. She is like one of my best friends, but she was working at a really crappy job a couple of years ago, and she would call and vent to me, and I'd be like, I listen, I understand because I care, you know. But then I was like, yeah, I don't think it's going to change until you leave that job, right? Like, you know, like I made a point to point that out because she was noticing these patterns and these things, and she would focus only on the earthly and mundane. And when I gave her that, she was like, oh, maybe you're right. And then she kind of quit calling me. But sure enough, she called me back a few months ago, and sure enough, just like I said, she quit, all that stopped. She got a new job, she's being treated better. And so finally, I guess she just kind of worked with this energy and decided, you know, like, if I only focus on the earthly matters that are negatively impacting me, I'm not going to get anywhere. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's like focusing on what's not working for you and the negative doesn't help. Pluto's trying to give you better. Let him give you better, and let him take away what I like to call the shit that is not working for you. Because let him give it to Hecate. Please, by all means, she loves that. Let him, let him give it to her. That is what she wants. She wants to take it is for her, her life force to take what doesn't serve us. Pluto just says, this doesn't serve you, and I'm taking it away. Take it a step further and say, go give it to Hecate. Go let it fuel her life force. And she'll probably be really kind to you. If you don't feel comfortable working with Hecate, that is okay. What you can do is you can still work with Pluto and say, okay, Pluto, go ahead and take this negative earthly matter away from me. And instead, what I want as my better to manifest, and then you suggest what you want to be better. He may not be able to give you everything on your list, but I will be honest, he gets pretty damn close. So I gotta be honest, because he does. He gets like 95-80% of what you want. Can't beat that. You can't. That's why I love working with Pluto. Like, people are afraid of him, but I'm like, dude, he's my ruler. He's so awesome. He's a really chill guy. Like, he has a dog called Spot. Like, how more humanistic can you get than that with him? Right, Capricorn? So that's why I'm like, he is so cool. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on to your third week. Now, this is pretty badass. This was the card that came up. This is a black dragon from Saturn. Brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. Concentrate. Focus on your ultimate vision. Congratulate yourself. You have passed a test. Now, this is super important, because I actually have worked with this card, not just off of this energy, off of what also is in the book. And the black Saturnian dragons deal with issues of karma, basically Capricorn, material matters, like pretty much everything you rule, Capricorn, and the 10th house, your themes, right? But mainly in terms of karma and also absorbing negative energy. This is absolutely perfect for you. I think because especially what's going on in your 5th house, I think you do need to invoke this energy throughout the whole dang retrograde for protection. Given all of these dragons, you can ask and invoke for their protection. They will come and they will help you. But it's as much as how you want to help yourself usually. So with some of these, like this one is about not focusing on earthly matters, right? So if you notice your mind going back to that, you may be redirected by something else that this dragon can help you. But if you keep going back to it, they can only do so much. But this dragon is a little bit different, because since he's protective, black absorbs all negative energy on the spectrum. That's why most people in the witchy community, they wear black because it absorbs and protects. But it doesn't just do that with this dragon. This also can tie into not just absorbing negative energy, but transmuting that energy into karma. And this dragon doesn't necessarily give karmic repercussions, but it certainly can point them out. And this is one of those times where, because you rule, you are the house of karma. You are the house of like what happens in terms of what we see, what we receive with our karma. So if you've been positive, you've been love and light, you've been all these, kind of like awesome high vibrational energies, you're going to get a really great reward for working with this energy. You've got this dragon coming in protectively. If you have a negative, you're still going to get protection, but this dragon might make you face your karma a little bit more head on. So this would not be a time to not own it. This would be a time to own it and say, yes, I did that. I feel horrible, but come from an honest space in your heart. If you're not ready, don't take it on yet. Just let the dragon know, look, I'm not ready to take this on. I do understand I did something bad. I still need to work through, maybe you have guilt, shame, or fear around it. And I need to work through that. And they can help guide you to work through those issues during Mercury retrograde, which is awesome because they're pretty gentle. They're not harsh. Even though they're dragons, this one in particular, he can be harsh, but not only if it's protective. If it's like to help you and you're in a state of, you're not defensive, he's definitely not that harsh. But super, super kind, sweet dragon. I have used him in spell work. He's been awesome to work with. Personally, he's done wonders for me when I have worked with him. And lastly, we have here your rose pink dragon. Now, this is your 5th house. This is where Mercury is really playing things up. So you've got your 3rd, your 4th, your 5th all lit up. Like, this is the best of the fireworks show for everybody else, but for you, it kind of sucks. And the reason being is because Mercury and Uranus are together. Mars is most likely going to move into Taurus if he's not there already. And so Mars is like slowing down a little bit. Venus is wanting to nurture. Some people are saying Venus is in Pisces, and I'm like, that can't be right because like she was in Pisces in March, according to one of my calendars. I think they're using a different one. So just make sure to check the astrology on what calendar and what astrological calendar works best for you. Sometimes some work with your frequency and sometimes some don't. So for me, she's most likely, if she hasn't already moved into Taurus and she's still in Pisces, for other people, she's a month behind. But honestly, she should be in Taurus, but if she isn't, that's okay. We still have Mercury just kind of playing things up with Mars a little bit. Mars is usually fed by Mercury, especially in retrograde. And the good thing is about Mars and Taurus is he's a little bit more lax. He's still fiery. He'll still defend you, but he'll be a little bit more chill. Uranus will kind of free things up a little bit. But the problem that's going to take place is in your house of, I would say your 3rd and your 4th, because it's going to be more emotional with Saturn and Jupiter there. In your 4th, and then your 3rd, you have Eris and Chiron. So progressively speaking. So that's where this dragon, this beautiful pink dragon, is going to come through. And this is the rose pink dragon. Prepares your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. Open your heart to warm-hearted love and diamond light. Connect with the love of the universe. This is where I'm saying, if you really want to work on love and romance in your 5th house, now would be a good time to do it, Capricorn. You've got so many supportive energies in this reading, not only from the dragons, but when you connect to love goddess energy, oh yeah, you can really help amplify this healing. But you have to, again, come from a space of healing. If you come from a space of darkness or trying to use it for nefarious means, guess what? You're going to get bit right back by the universe, and you will be made to feel powerless again. And this is about empowering yourself through your own power, not empowering yourself through others or illusions. So just remember that. Everybody that I work with in terms of like spirituality, guides, guardians, ancestors, and angels, we all keep it real because that's how I roll. So I do that with my clients. So give me just a second here. I'm going to go ahead and pull from the Dragonfae Oracle. What is the lesson for Capricorn that they need to work on? What is Mercury going to try and teach them? My beautiful beings of the Dragonfae. Show me, please. For Capricorn. Oh, hang on. This is reversed. Okay. That's actually a love and romance dragon too. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. So that's telling me you guys won't be ready then. Okay, you got 2 cards. Let's see what this is about. She keeps wanting to pop up again, y'all. Oh my god. I love this new moon fae. Holy crap. She keeps wanting to pop up. Yes, my love. I love you. You're beautiful. Give me a second. I got to get through this reading. Hang on just a second here. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. So here's the deal, Capricorn. I usually only pull 1 card for the Dragonfae, but you've got 4. These 2, it's not ready to work with them yet. You have to work through these 2 first. So I don't know if you can see them on camera. My camera froze, but yeah, it's still rolling. So I'm just going to go with you guys can see it. These most likely will not pop up again until you work through these issues. So I'm going to put them to the side. Give me a moment. But this is actually a love and romance dragon, and this is actually protection for new projects, which during Mercury retrograde, you never work on a new project. Everybody usually knows that, but if you're a noob, don't do that. It will be short-lived. You'll waste your time. Don't do that. I know Capricorns hate that. Okay, so this is so funny because my name is Luna. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed that. But I pulled the card of Lady Luna's Magic. Oh my God, talk about synchronicity. And it just says on the card, synchronize with lunar time and energy. Now, this is very, very important because there's more to that than this card from the book. With this card, this isn't just about synchronization with moon cycle. This has to do with ritual moon cycles. If you're a female and you're watching this, you need to be aware of when you're menstruating. There's a lot going on, which talk about, like they're now revealing about the times you menstruate. I've been knowing that for years, but everybody just thought it, because of what I do, it's insane. Nobody would believe me, but it actually is a thing. So you need to figure out when you're menstruating. And if you're menstruating with the full moon, that's pretty powerful. If you menstruate after, that is also just as powerful. Depending on when you menstruate is going to depend on how your manifestations go as well, because you're expelling at a certain time. Now, that doesn't affect your casting ability. It may just affect your energies on your castings too. So you need to be aware of that. But this also talks about being tapped into the moon energy as a whole from a divine feminine being. This is a moon dragon. There is a full moon in Scorpio. This is already telling me there's a huge benefit to working with this full moon in Scorpio energy, using that full moon in Scorpio to cast this month alone. But also with this, moon magic isn't just, I've explained it to some signs and I feel like I have to explain it to yours. Casting around the full moon is very potent, but there's more to it than that. You can do charging, you can do enchantments, you can do cleansings, you can do moon water, you can cleanse your cards. Charge your crystals, cleanse them. There's a whole number of things you can do for ritual. And this is actually a very powerful time. It says, pay attention with lunar time and energy. Your dreams may also be very, very powerful at this time. Wouldn't surprise me. You know why? Because Jupiter is currently sitting with Neptune. Both of them are in Pisces. So you may be getting communications through your dreams as well during this time. Pay attention to that, because what happens at night with the moon and the lunar phases is very powerful at this time. And there's something Mercury is trying to teach you that you need to learn. Also, I have Gawain and Elishu attunement. Now, this fairy energy I have worked with before. Every time I see this card, there's this one actress I think of. She's usually blonde though, but I can't remember her name. But I always think of like this very fae energy with her. I'm going to read from the book on this one because Gawain, this is Gawain, and I always say Gawain, but Gawain is a different fae energy. It's Gwen and Elishu. Hold on. Let me just pull from the book. Because this one I've only worked with once, and I was like, what? I don't think I'm ready for that yet. So, hang on. Okay. So, the message you have from Gwen and Elishu is attunement. They speak as one. Dear one, never be surprised at the ways in which your connection to the mother and the earth are being birthed into the world. If you're experiencing prophetic dreams, what did I just talk about? Oh yeah, Lady Luna's magic. Sift through the images and messages and know that all your insights are worthy of attention. And most especially your own. The inner world and the earth's magic are both speaking to you and wishing to give you an answer. Do this by connecting with your own inner self. We know we are searching for answers that are indeed within you, and that path you are walking on is not easy under your feet. Basically, your whole astrology chart progressively. We all return to her, the great goddess, our mother. The earth wishes for you to reconnect with her simple and pleasant and joyful ways. Friends and food, laughter and love. Do not fear your own true inner self, your intuitive self. There are many words your people use for the truth, who are you. Truth, who you are, which can lead to confusion, and there has been fear and suspicion seated in your minds, which can lead to mistrust. Know from your true magical self that you are a being of magic with a unique blend of earth, air, fire, water magic making up your spirit. You are receiving messages, and yes, you can also hear them, just as we can hear each other's thoughts before they have even developed into words. They're talking about telepathic messages. In time, you will come to understand these silent ways of communicating and know the truth of your belonging and the old ways. Know that all beings, plants, animals, and etheric, have so much to share with you. You are never alone. So this is what Mercury retrograde wants you to pay attention to. This is what you need to work on. Now, let me go ahead and pull a Fae Blessing card. Perfect. We're coming up on 5 minutes. Hold on one second. Yeah, Gwen and Elishu? Yeah. Eliu. I feel like Johnny Depp from Pirates of the Caribbean. Eliu. You know, where he's trying to do the parlay. Yeah, it's like that. Sometimes the Dragonfae, like, they have real Welsh names that I am like, I think I know it, but I don't really know how to pronounce it. But I'll give it a shot. Usually the Dragonfae are like, cool. They're like, cool, if you butcher it, we won't get mad. We get it. It's hard. Nobody talks that way anymore. I'm like, sorry, guys. I don't live in Wales. I wish I did. It'd be easier to learn Welsh. Anyway, hang on just a second here while I go ahead and pull from the Fae Blessings. So show me my beautiful Sealy Court. What Fae Blessings do we have for Capricorn in terms of working with Mercury retrograde? Show me, please. Place of divine guidance. Ooh, you got 2? Dang, Capricorn. Okay, that's not a blessing. And that's not a blessing. Y'all, come on. Give me blessing. Give me direct blessings. Please. Come on, guys. Give me a direct blessing. Oh. Capricorn, we got this again. Okay. So, yep. All these are reversals. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into this. Your overall blessing that you have from the Fae this month. You are having to go back and use a blessing of a light touch. This deals with aspects and issues surrounding forgiveness. Either from yourself, from others, or others forgiving you for something you've done. Forgiveness works both ways, but this is also a form of healing. This also talks about blessing of the light touches, looking at how we communicate. And I would definitely say with your 3rd house being emotionally volatile, with Pisces already being your emotional volatility, but you have Jupiter in there with Neptune. I mean, you can have some fun energy in there, but what you say and what you do affects other people's soul, Capricorn. And I think you really need to think on that blessing. You know, you can use it for the most positive, beautiful things, but you can also use it in the worst of ways. I want you to be mindful of how you communicate. I want you to be aware of how you're communicating, because sometimes, you know, people are just nasty and you got to reflect that back to them in speech. And believe me, as a sign that has to do that to people all the time that are narcissistic energies, yes, it is unfortunate. I hate doing it, but sometimes some people just really need to hear the truth about themselves. But this is a time where you're keeping in mind that that truth might not be a kindness. It might actually be a harm. And the blessing of this card is learning to take things in stride in your communications as well. Also, this talks about actions and deeds. If you know you did somebody dirty and they don't even know, might be a good time to come clean about it and work through aspects of forgiveness. And if they can't forgive you, this would be a time where you need to learn how to forgive yourself. Or if you're afraid to come clean, you know, the truth is Mercury retrograde makes us work through secrets and lies. So depending on your Mercury retrograde placement is going to depend on some other factors. But generally, overall, I've seen it play out the same way with everybody. It's like your natal Mercury will fine tune that, or will like tick it in, you know, a little bit here and there. But I did want to go ahead and point that out. But this is an overall blessing. So you have lightness in yourself, and not just lightness as in the light, but also, you know, take things slow. Move about a little bit more with the intention of not being in a rush, not giving too much to the 3D. You know, being lighter and softer in your energy flow might help you. So other than that, you guys, I gotta let you go. I gotta go do Pisces and Aquarius's reading next. I love you so very much, and I will see you later. If you like I said, want to join me on Patreon, please do so. If you would like to book a private session with me, please do so. Oh, and if you can't book me for a time that you would like, I actually do recorded sessions I send to your email. So just put the day and time that you want your recording sent to you, and check out. So for your book time, and I'll send you a reading to your email, the video link. Okay, guys? Other than that, like I said, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to tip me, the tip link is down below. I will be back in June. This reading is going to cover the whole month of May to June. Okay, guys? For the retrograde. I love you so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye.